You useless good-for-nothing little parasite. Just how long are you going to be mooching of my family, huh? Don't you have any sense of shame at all of what you're doing, you stupid woman?
Molly, I do not know where any of this is coming from, but can you please not send me messages like this? I mean, I already have to deal with this enough from you at home. I don't need this kind of nonsense following me to work, where I am right now.
Oh, please, don't you talk to me about your work. You think you're so great just because you have a job? You don't even make that much. And on top of that, you always use it as an excuse to get out helping me, keeping the house clean. You're just utterly useless.
Oh, it's actually not an excuse. I have a full-time job and sometimes I have to help you keep the house clean and other times I do not. Would you rather I quit my job so that I can be around the house all the time to help you?
What is that supposed to be? Some kind of threat or something? I already told you that you can't try and lord your name little job over me when you make such little money. When I was your age, I was working and keeping the house clean all by myself, and I never complained once about it. I just wish that you and Mike would finally get a divorce and save me from having to deal with such a terrible daughter-in-law yourself. I really have no idea what he sees in you or what he was thinking marrying you. Not only are you completely useless around the house, but you're also just fat and ugly, and I can't believe anyone would ever love you.
Well, I guess I'm sorry for being so far then, Molly, but I really don't think that you need to be saying any of this to me to get your point across. And just because you don't think that I'm doing enough doesn't mean that I'm doing plenty of things that you're just plain unaware of. So I really would appreciate it if you could just keep your rude comments to yourself and please stop treating me like this. I'm not asking you to praise me or say what a good job that you think I'm doing or anything like this. All that I am asking of you is that you keep all these mean comments and rude things to yourself and just let us get on with our lives.
Well, unfortunately for you, I have no intention of stopping any of what I'm saying. And why should I, when all I'm doing is telling the truth?
I really don't see why you have to insist on saying all this stuff, though. I mean, I am trying to be polite here and asking you to cut it out.
And just what makes you think that you're in a position to be telling me anything at all? Do you even know how much I dislike you? I have been at the limits of my patience ever since you and Mike got married, and I have pushed away beyond them for some time now. I will not be censored just by I'm hurting your feelings.
Molly! I really don't understand why you always have to try and take things so far. I am not trying to censor you or say what you are or are not allowed to say to me. I am just asking, for the good of the peace of the house, that you please stop doing this. I mean, I'm still not sure what I've done to you at all to deserve this.
You think that you can play all sweet and innocent just because my son and husband like you? But they don't know you like I do. They haven't seen the darkness inside. I know that you think you're better than all of us, and you're just laughing at my whole family behind our backs, aren't you?
I'm really doing nothing like that at all, and I'm really glad that your husband and I get along so well. If you're upset at me for trying to get along with my husband and father-in-law, then I really just don't know what to say to this. But I can tell you that I really do not appreciate the way that you're talking to me right now at all. If anyone is acting completely irrationally and being rude or putting people down, then it's you. Everyone else in this house gets along just fine.
And just what are you trying to say with that, huh? You think that I'm jealous of you or something like that? There's no way that I would be jealous of a fat, ugly, useless girl such as yourself. I'm not jealous of you or anything like that. I just really can't stand you one bit. Your smug face, your brown nose and attitude. How dare you try and cozy up to my family and leech off of our money when you're not even related to us? I can't stand a woman like you.
I know that we're not related by blood, but I am married to your son, and you are my mother-in-law. I don't really get why you are so upset with me living with you all when I work and contribute to everything. But instead, you just insist on insulting me and putting me down all of the time. It really doesn't make me feel good. Do you know that? But if you really think there's some problem with me or that I have some nefarious intentions with your family, then why come to me about it? Why not go and talk to your son or your husband and convince them instead? I think I know the reason, and I think it's because you know that you're the only one who feels like this.
You young women are all the same. You think you know so much better than the woman who came before you, just because you're young and pretty. Well, let me tell you something, young lady. One day you won't be so young. You're already not very pretty anyways. So you better just learn your place.
Okay, well, you keep saying that you're not jealous, but between how many times you're repeating how not jealous you are and that bit about youth, it's looking like jealousy to me. And I'm sorry, but I'm at work and I really don't have time to deal with someone's pretty little jealousy, so I think I'm going to go.
You really are just a horrible, disgusting, awful, useless little brat. Do you know that? I'm never ever going to let you get away with what you're doing to my family. Do you hear me?
That's fine, because I really don't think that I'm doing anything besides trying to be friends and a good member of the family.
I will make sure that you are run out of this house and that you never ever come back again. You're going to pay for what you've done. And I won't let you get away with this.
Molly, please calm down. You are just being ridiculous. I don't see what there is that is even worth getting so upset over. I really don't think that I'm doing anything to your family at all, and if you think I am, then you should go and talk to them about it. But quite frankly, I have no idea what you are talking about in the slightest. And all you are doing is being mean and saying scary things to me. So if this is all the conversation is going to be, then I think I'll just get back to doing my work.
You don't have to worry about coming home at all today, or ever again for that matter.
Hello, Molly. What on earth could you possibly be talking about today? I am sure that I'm going to regret even asking that.
As of this day, you and Mike are nothing to each other. I did what any good mother would do and stepped in to sign your divorce papers. Now they're already mailed off to be processed, and nothing you can do is going to stop this.
Hold on a second. You submitted divorce papers for Mike and I? By yourself? Without asking either of us first?
That's right, and now that you two aren't married anymore, I'm well within my rights to chase you out of this house forever. Finally, I can get rid of this awful parasite that is leeching off my family for so long.
Wait a second. So you really actually did that? You really forged divorce papers and then submitted them to the court? And now you're telling me that your son and I are going to be officially divorced?
I'm glad you understand so that I don't have to break it down for you any further, but that's right. And now that you and my son are split up, there is no reason at all for a little blood-sucking vampire like you to hang around here anymore. So why don't you just go and leave us alone forever? I haven't been this happy since I can't remember when. I've been wanting to do this for so long.
So I take it that you did this not knowing that I was actually paying for everything in this house and for everyone inside it then, right? Although, I suppose if you did know that and you were so upset with me that you didn't care about that at all and just wanted me out of the house that badly, that I can almost kind of respect.
Wait, what? What do you mean you were supporting everyone in the house? Is that supposed to be some kind of joke or something? You think I'm really gonna fall for that? I knew from the very beginning that you never had anyone but your own interests. Don't you dare try and tell me that you were really doing everything for us. I know that you've always have been and always will be just a horrible, useless little leech, and that's why I broke you and Mike up.
Wow, so you really just have no idea what it is that you've just done to your family at all then? Do I understand that right? But okay, since you've already gone so far as to do this, I guess I'll just do as you say and go away. But don't say that I didn't try to warn you, Molly.
Oh, please. You do know that you're not fooling anyone with this little act of yours, don't you? I know that you were nothing but a burden to all of us, and that's why I got rid of you. I never liked you from the very beginning, and now I finally figured out a way to get rid of you once and for all.
Well, then thanks a lot for setting me free, I guess. I really do appreciate it.
You don't have to pretend so hard for me, Linda. I know that you're really destroyed inside. Don't act like you wanted this to happen, now that it's already too late.
There is no pretending going on whatsoever, Molly. I really am happy that this happened and that you did it for me. You have no idea just how grateful I really am to be putting all of this behind me. I thought I was going to be stuck in this situation forever. Anyways, I'm going to the courthouse now.
What are you going to the courthouse for? Are you going to try and tell them that those divorce papers are fake? It won't matter. They'll have already been processed them by now. Your marriage is over and there isn't a single thing that you can do about it.
You think I'm going to the courthouse to try and cancel a divorce request? No way! This is finally my chance to get out of this horrible situation. There's no way that I would sabotage myself by doing something like that.
Your chance? What are you talking about? I was the one who kicked you out. You shouldn't be happy about this. You should be furious. You're left with nothing. No family, no home, no anything. Just where are you going to sleep tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess I'll have to go and find a new place then, won't I? Well, anyways, good luck with everything on your end.
Me? Good luck? No. You good luck. I don't need good luck. I have my family around me, but you have nothing. Don't you get that? What is wrong with you? Are you really that stupid that you don't get what I've done to you?
Oh, I get it just fine, thank you. And thanks again so much for doing this for me. I really can't stress that enough.
I just got a letter of eviction in the mail. The letter said that all three of us were supposed to move out of the house as soon as possible. Not only that, but the letter was addressed from you. Is this supposed to be some kind of prank or something?
Sorry, what are you talking about? I didn't really care to read through all of that. You got some mail or something?
Don't you pretend like you don't know what this is about. You're the one who sent the letter, and I want to know what the big idea is.
Right, yeah, I sent you the letter and now you have to vacate the house. Is there something that you're not understanding about that? I think if you read the letter, it is all laid out for you in plain English. I didn't think that it would be such a hard concept for you to grasp. It's my house, so I'm kicking all of you out and selling it. It really is that simple. Do you understand now?
This has to be some kind of sick joke, right? You can't be serious about that. You don't own this home. It's ours. You can't just say that you own it, send some letter, and expect us to do whatever you say.
Well, it might have started off as your home, but it certainly isn't your house anymore. You remember how I said I was going to the courthouse, right? Well, that's because I needed to fill out some forms and correct the name on the deed of the house.
Correct the name on the deed? What did you do? What are you talking about?
I mean that the house might have been under your family name since I got it after Mike and I were married. But after we got divorced, I went through and applied to change my name back to my maiden one. And that included changing my name on everything from the house to the car title. It's all mine now. Well, it always was, but now there's not a doubt.
Hold on a second. Is that why you've been taking so long in returning our car to us?
Well, again, like I just said, it was never your car. It was always mine. I put the money down on it and I've been the one making payments for it. All I did was revert everything back to my maiden name, so no. You and your family can't even try to lay any kind of claim to it whatsoever.
Wait, what? This doesn't make any sense at all. How can you just do that to someone's property?
Let's get one thing clear. You and your family never were paying for anything. Your names were not on any loans or deeds or titles. I was paying for everything for everyone this whole time with my own salary. So now that we're divorced, all of that reverts to me.
Wait a second. I just went to my office and looked through my copies of all the important documents that we have. And what you said is true. It really was your name on everything, but with our last name. Are you really telling me that this means we'll have to move out? You can't do that to us. It isn't fair at all.
I take it this means that you, Mike, and your husband still haven't been filled in on just what's about to happen. You might want to fill them in, because I've been ignoring every call and text the two of them have been sending me. You'd think they would have figured out that something was up after a week has gone by now.
I just told them that you told me that you were going on a last-minute vacation out of the country and that you weren't getting back to them because you weren't going to have any service. But I had no idea that you were going to do something like this to our own family. It's sick. How can you live with yourself? How can you just throw us out?
Well, I'm afraid that you're asking those questions to the wrong person. You really should have done your homework before you just sent off your forged divorce papers for Mike and I. But like you said, it's too late to do anything about it now. So I just did what I could. Changed my name on my documents, and now the house and car and everything is all mine. Like it always was, really. And I've already found a buyer for the house. So, you all need to move out as soon as possible, or else you will be forcibly evicted.
But this can't... It has to be a joke. You can't honestly be telling me that you were the one paying for everything for all of us this whole time. Was this your idea this whole time? Hold the house hostage so that if I ever kick you out, then you can get your revenge on us like this?
Of course not. That was never my intention with any of this at all. I wanted to pay because I could afford it and you all were my family. But did you really never once question who it was putting down payments on some of the largest things around here? I mean, do you know anything about who makes how much money in this family? Do you not know anything about how the house has been run at all?
I don't understand. This can't be happening to me right now. I refuse to believe a word that you're saying to me.
Believe it or not, I've been paying for everything for the past year that we've all been living together.
But then, what about my husband? What about Mike? What have they been doing this whole time?
Well, for your husband, I was actually also paying down his debt for him.
His debt? What's that supposed to mean? My husband doesn't have any debt. You have no idea what you're saying at all.
So you're telling me that neither your son nor your husband told you that they were unemployed then? You really ought to be showing me a bit more gratitude for all that I've been doing for you, you know.
Hold on a second. The two of them are unemployed? As in, neither of them are working at all? That can't be right.
Well, it is. Once again, I don't really know what to tell you except that you should really be focusing more on important details like this.
You're lying to me. I don't believe you. It can't be true at all. You're just trying to trick me.
I really am not trying to trick you at all. I've been very honest about what's been going on around here for the past year. But if you haven't been paying any attention whatsoever, I understand how this all might be a shock to you. But you can really only blame your own ignorance.
But then, everything, the home, loan, the car payments, the utilities, it's all been you?
That's what I've been trying to tell you. I assume that you probably thought it was your husband or son covering those things, but it was me the whole time. Now that you've gone and split Mike and I up, though, I don't really see any need to keep doing that for you all.
But why didn't anyone ever say anything about this to me? What's the matter with everyone? I deserve to know this.
It's probably because they didn't want to deal with you since they knew how you would react if you knew the truth.
And just what is that supposed to mean, huh? What way did they think I would act if I found out that neither of them had a job?
Well, you'd probably just be on their backs all the time about job hunting and working and not having enough money. I can't really say that I blame them for keeping it a secret from you. I mean, you were just one of the nosiest, rudest people I've ever known, and I would probably do the same if I was them. But honestly, I am just glad that you were not going to be my problem anymore. It's so nice to be rid of you.
What is that supposed to mean? How are you to get rid of me? I'm still your mother-in-law. You can't do this.
Actually, you're not my mother-in-law. Mike and I are divorced, remember? So given all that, I really don't owe you a single thing.
But why didn't you fight to divorce me? Could it be that you wanted to leave Mike this whole time?
What do you think? I was living in a house full of unemployed and unmotivated people who never showed me any gratitude for all that I was doing for them. On top of that, he never once stood up for me against you while he eagerly asked me to pay for every little thing of his. Do you really think that's a marriage worth staying in?
But then you're just going to leave us all like that?
Yeah, I mean, that sounds really wonderful, actually. I mean, I don't want anything to do with you or your family ever again.
I just don't even know what to say. How could this happen to us?
I can tell you how. You were a horrible bully who took it upon yourself to get your son and I divorced, and now I'm free of all of you. So I have to say that I really am grateful for all that you did for me. Consider us even now.
Linda, you can't be serious about this. Please, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for bullying you. I'm sorry for the divorce. I'm sorry for everything. Can't we just make this up and be friends again? Think of how hard you're going to make things for us.
Yeah, that's a no. I don't want anything to do with any of you ever again. You do understand what that means, don't you?
But why not? Why can't we just go back to the way things were?
That's exactly the problem. The way things were was awful, and I don't want that for me ever again. I couldn't bring myself to ask for a divorce before now, but now that it's already done, I'll happily accept it. Anyways, good luck figuring out between the three of you who is going to have to get off their butts and find a job. After that, Molly continued to spam my phone, begging me to forgive her and take her and her family back. It was honestly starting to get just a little pathetic, and so I finally blocked her. They had until the end of the week to pack their bags, and when Sunday came, they were gone and the house was completely empty. I heard from neighbors that all that week, loud arguments could be heard from the house. Molly was forced by her family to go back to work since she was the one who ruined the setup that they had been enjoying so much. But even her salary wasn't enough for all of them. And before long, they were all working in some form or another.
Ken, thank you for going through and examining everything for us. Everyone within the company is very pleased with your work, and even the higher-ups are talking a lot now. I had never wanted to work with you, Ken, and it made me upset having you around with us since we should be able to handle this work on our own. But the work you have put in has helped us a lot so far, and I look forward to eventually getting this project completed. Well, I still have to talk with some of my people about all of this. So I can't say everything for now, but I don't want any of my work to affect you after you and I have known one another since high school. So I plan to do only what I can here without it becoming a problem. Thank you, Ken. I'm glad to see that you're still so considerate of me. And another thing, your wedding is coming up soon, right? Congratulations on that. Have you gotten the invitation from me yet? I feel a bit embarrassed asking that, actually. And I have already invited a bunch of other people from back in high school. So I bet this will feel more like a class reunion than an actual wedding for everyone. A class reunion, huh? There's no problem with that. I'm looking forward to this wedding class reunion. If this whole business discussion that we've had ends up falling through in the end, you and I are still friends, right? Of course, man. I'm not gonna get work mixed up in our personal life, okay? Thank you, Ken. I'm the kind of guy that likes to regard all of his friends as more important than his work, actually. No, I'll be looking forward to that wedding of yours. And I'll make sure to reply to your invitation before then.
Can I talk with you for a moment, Ken?
This must be Joshua's wife, right?
That's right. I plan to have a surprise ready for him, and so I've made a group chat for all of us to discuss it in. And in that group chat, I heard a few things about you from someone. Is it true that you never went to college?
Yes.
Well, if that's really the case for you, then I think it may be a mistake having you at the wedding. What do you think?
Can you tell me what all of this is about right now? I did skip out on going to college, but...
Well, Ken, you do realize that Joshua is part of the elite, right?
Yeah, I understand that. I think out of all my friends from back in high school, he was the one that tried his hardest.
Then do you think you can take a moment to think about who you are compared to him?
Who am I compared to him?
There's no way a high school graduate would ever be friends with someone that's elite, right? And do you think that you can come to his wedding when you're not his real friend? Well, that's ridiculous, right?
Wait, what? Is this you trying to say that because I never went to college, you don't want me coming to your wedding?
Well, to say it straight, yes. I want to know why you think you can even come to the wedding. And what would you even do if you came?
I never thought I'd be told something like that. Mariah, are you sure it wasn't just Joshua that told you I graduated from high school and finished my education there?
He wasn't the one that told me.
So that means he's not the one telling you these sorts of things, and making you feel as though you need to mess with me for it. Well, if he has nothing to do with this, and hasn't said anything about me not going to college, then don't you think you should stay out of it, considering you're not my friend?
Shut up, Ken. You're just a garbage loser.
Excuse me?
I went through and checked to see where everyone graduated from college. And I had heard from a friend in that surprise group chat about you. But I never thought that in his group of all his good buddies, you were there and never even managed to get a higher education. If you were to come to our wedding as the loser you are, then the whole wedding would go to waste. You don't want to ruin your friend's important wedding, do you? Well, if you don't want to, then give up on coming and stay away.
Give up on coming? But I was given an invitation by Joshua to be there. I've already called and said that I'll be coming. And so I have a seat prepared for me.
Then call and say you're not feeling too well and that you can't come or something like that. If you can't make up some kind of excuse, then just don't show up and say nothing.
I will not do something so rude.
Are you not aware that you coming to the wedding would be way more rude of you?
No, you stop all of that, please. I've never heard of anyone telling a guest they can't come to their wedding because they never went to college. I'm happy that you're worried about Joshua that much, but if you keep trying to get me to stay away, I'm gonna have to tell him.
If you come to the wedding, you're going to regret it, surely. So I think you should stop now before you become more embarrassed than you've ever been before.
I'm done talking now.
You idiot. By now you have to understand me, right? A loser that's never gone to college should never come to this wedding.
Don't you feel like you've gone too far now as the bride? You just poured beer all down my head and body because you think it's okay to look down on me?
Well, you are a loser, right? And my husband does not need to be friends with a low-life garbage.
I know that you're on your high chair now thinking you've won, but was there really any merit to you doing this? This is a bit difficult to ask, but don't you feel like a huge idiot yourself now?
Say whatever you'd like, Ken. I'm married to an elite man and will become a celebrity myself now in his world. And now that we are going to become a power couple, we have to rethink who our true friends should be. We wouldn't want people that are scummy to be around my husband and I in case they ever start coming to us asking for our large amounts of money or something. So that's why I'm making sure we cut ties with all his loser friends right now.
So this is you trying to protect Joshua from me? Or rather, you're trying to protect his money? Do you think by doing this, Joshua will be happy with you?
You losers are all so annoying to talk to.
And do you think anyone that's never been to college is an automatic loser? I think you, finding that someone who's never gone to college to be a loser, is a bit immature of you.
Say whatever you want to, as you've already lost. My elite husband will have no friends that never choose to make themselves useful in this society. Having beer spilled all over you should have opened your eyes to that, and now you can leave, right?
Then, I'm gonna do as you wish and go home.
I won't.
I was in the middle of handling Joshua's company's finances and properties, but you could tell him that I'll be ending my work with him for good now.
Huh?
I'll let him know myself as well, but you should also let him know the good news. Tell him that you poured beer all over his friend and partnering company's CEO. Then tell him to leave, as well as ruin his chances of creating any sort of business between the two companies.
Hold on a sec. What are you saying? Poured beer all over his partner company's CEO?
I'm talking about myself. I'm the CEO of his company he was partnering with. Understand?
What the hell are you talking about? There is absolutely no way a loser that never went to college and got a degree could ever become a CEO.
Well, I have become one. I was the one that started this company, and did so well with my work that it's huge now. And because of all my work, I live a life where I don't have to be called a loser, or a lowlife. As everyone else was using their money and loans to go to college and get a higher education there, I used my money and time to make a company, and put all my blood and sweat into it.
Wait a second, are you serious? You are an actual CEO?
That's right, Mariah. And Joshua was given a project that requires a lot of work, and was asked to partner with my company to start looking into how to get that project completed, with all our combined strengths. And while him and I were working on discussing things like the finances going into the work, he invited me to come to his wedding. But now I'm gonna have to cancel all our talks about partnering up, after what you've done.
Huh? Cancel your talks? What do you mean by all of that?
A lot of the people at the wedding are involved with those talks and the project that's supposed to be worked on. But now that I'm not willing to do any more work with Joshua and his company, this was a huge loss. I'm sure when they hear the news of that here soon, they'll all walk out of the wedding as well. And I don't blame them, considering they'll have just lost a chance to make some major income with my company's help.
You're lying, right? There's no way this is anything other than a prank, right?
Why would I joke about this? I already told your husband, by the way. I told him that our talks are over.
Wait, Ken? He is really pissed with me right now. He's going off about how he's going to have this whole wedding canceled now and all that. That makes no sense.
It makes total sense, Mariah. Because of you, you just ruined a huge business deal. And I'm sure this is gonna cause him a great deal of trouble now when he has to go in and talk with his boss about this. And any chance of him getting a promotion or raise is out the window now. So him being pissed about all of this is totally normal.
So that's the reason? Why? I never knew a thing about the work you did in your position there. That's the only reason I was a small bit rude to you.
A small bit, you say? Are you sure about that? I feel you were more than a small bit rude to me, Mariah.
But that was all because of me being a bit rude, right? None of what happened between you and I had anything to do with his job.
And one could definitely see it that way.
So don't treat this as a reason to punish him and get back to making that business deal.
But I'm the kind of business owner that finds a relationship among people as very important. I was working with the company he's in to help make my company some money, but I was also doing it because he's an old friend of mine from high school. But seeing that you're the kind of woman he's willing to be married to, I don't think I want to work with him any longer. So I'm going to stop all efforts to make any deal with him, and will not be around to aid in his company's project.
You can't just do that to him because of someone like me, though. I just thought that you were some kind of low-life idiot, and...
And you used that as your excuse to pour beer all over me? You really thought it was okay to do something as rude as that then, huh? That kind of thinking is a real shame.
I didn't mean for things to end up this way, though. Right now, Joshua knows about what's happened and is really considering ending this whole wedding. If he goes through with it, then my special day will be ruined. And I bet that he'll even want to end things between him and I.
Well, if that's what he'd like, then I'll support him.
What are you saying? You're a jerk, Ken. Don't you want to become good friends with him again and get to know me a bit more now? This is all your fault for all this happening, so you should be trying to save things between us now.
Oh, please. Was I the one talking down to myself and pouring beer all over my head today? You acting like not knowing the kind of person I am was a good excuse for doing all that is not going to work. Is pouring beer onto someone you don't know normal to you, Mariah?
Even still, I was worried like hell about things. I wanted to make sure that my wedding would be perfect, but you were here.
So you thought pouring beer on me would make your wedding perfect? I'm sorry, but I have no idea what you're trying to say right now. What would you like me to do?
Come back here and make everyone calm down.
Huh? Me?
Tell them that you spilled that beer on yourself and that I'm a great person. And then follow up by saying you'll continue to work on the business deal and that this wedding should get back underway. If you tell them all that, they'll listen, right? Explain that this was all a misunderstanding.
You know that everyone is aware that this is what you wanted, right? Now, I'll be going.
Wait! Are you really planning to leave me behind when I'm in this much trouble?
Leave you behind? I was never with you in the first place, right? Do you not remember what you've done to me today?
Please, just forgive me. I will do whatever it takes to make sure that this wedding gets back on track.
Oh, is that so?
Joshua is an elite employee working for an amazing company. I already bragged about being with him to all my friends and family. And now my friends and family have been bragging about me to other people. They all think of me as the girl that was chosen by a man with a lot of money.
Mariah, that to me seems like you only want to marry him because of his money and job.
Huh?
You want to be with him because you could brag, right? You could brag all you want because he's an elite, right? I'm sure that someone like you will even end up cheating on him one day.
What the hell are you talking about? If he and I end up getting a divorce, it'll be all your fault. It's because you told everyone that the business deal was off that this is all happening.
Well, if that's what you think, why did you go ask Joshua what he thinks? If you both think the same thing, then I'm to blame for all of this, then I'll be willing to make things right again for you both. But I don't think he sees it that way. I'm sure he won't divorce you though, because he still loves you. And that's why he married you. So really, it's you that wants to leave him now because he'll have no chance of getting a promotion and making even more money, right? Maybe it's time you go have that chat with him, Mariah.
Can you please just come here and help us figure this all out?
No, thank you.
Why not? I'm asking you to help me and you're saying no thank you?
What you did today was completely stupid, and you need to be punished for that. And I will not help you avoid said punishment.
You won't help me. You're lying, right? I was finally going to start my dream life as a married woman.
You go and try your best talking with your now upset husband, okay? I'm not going to be seeing you anymore now, I believe. But you should be pretty upset with yourself for calling me a low-life loser, because I never went to college, right? Even though I'm really on the same level, if not higher than your elite husband, right? If you have really had all that time to judge others and have such a bias, then maybe you should have used that time to make yourself into a better person. Good luck trying to find another man to marry you after this.
In the end, Mariah and Joshua didn't even bother talking things through, and the wedding was called off, leaving all the guests that arrived even more upset. Joshua spoke with his family about what happened, and they all agreed that she was only with him because of his money, and so he ended up divorcing her. After the divorce was finalized, Joshua went back to Ken to tell him he was thankful for helping him open his eyes to the true person that Mariah was, and made sure that they were both still friends. Ken did cancel the talks their companies had with one another, but now that Mariah was no longer with Joshua, Ken got back to work making an agreement between them to work on that project. And this time, it seems like those talks will work out and a contract will be formed. It really was a great thing that the marriage between Joshua and Mariah fell apart. As for Mariah, after the divorce, she no longer had a place to call home, and her parents kicked her out as well, so she's been having to live on the streets now. Such a poor thing, but that's the punishment she needed to be rewarded with.
Marcus, you're getting home late yet again today. Just a second ago, I tried to give your office a call, but they told me that you had already left for the day. Where are you right now?
I'm at the point now where I can't go on with you anymore.
Huh?
Tomorrow, I'm going to be handing in our divorce paperwork. So before then, can you sign it and help me hand it in? Actually, I've already spent a lot of the time filling it out, so can you just sign it and turn it in for me? You should have time to do that, right?
What kind of a joke is this? Today isn't even April 1st, so you can't be trying to fool me, right?
This is not a joke. I've come to realize that I just can't take being married to you anymore.
Can't take it anymore? Are you seriously telling me that you feel that way? Huh? Right now? You can't take any more of me at this time? You are aware that in another month or so, I'm going to be having our baby, right? Aren't you ready to finally become a father like you always wanted?
No.
Huh? So you're really going to tell me that you want out of all of this right now? That's all really screwed up. What am I going to do if you divorce me? Where do you plan to go off to?
I'm gonna go off somewhere to where I'm happy.
Yeah? And what is going to make you happy?
I have someone that I actually love now. So I'm gonna go to her and we're gonna start our new romance together.
When you say that, do you mean what I think you mean? Is this all happening with that one coworker of yours?
Huh? Why do you know about her?
I felt that for a bit now you've been going out with another woman. You've always made yourself look a bit suspicious, and so I already had a feeling of what that entailed.
What, you already suspected me of cheating on you? Well then, I didn't have to try that hard to hide her from you all that time then.
That is not what I want to hear from you right now. You have a wife at home that's been pregnant, and you choose to go out with another woman behind my back? That is beyond messed up, Marcus. So are you really going to leave me for her? Do you not feel any form of sorrow for doing that to me? I'm tired of having to be the one that has to go through all these hardships with you.
I'm not trying to make your life any harder, Ella. You're just gonna have to accept that things between us weren't working out and that you'll now have to raise that baby on your own. Good luck! I want to go live a life where I'm free, so you can manage that child without me while I go achieve that life. I'll at least give you the house and the divorce, so you should be happy for that.
This has always been my house, though, so of course I'm going to keep this place. I just cannot fathom that you want to throw me away at this bad of a timing. I will forgive you for cheating on me as long as you come back here and stay with me. What are we going to do to fix all of this?
You can figure that one out yourself. I no longer want anything to do with you.
The way you say that, does it not break your heart whatsoever? What will happen if you have to pay a settlement for cheating on me, or have to pay for child support?
I'm going to ignore you after this, so don't expect a dime from me.
That will not go over well for you. I think you should stop all that nonsense and just come back to me and our baby.
I don't like you anymore, Ella, and I couldn't care less about that baby as well. Alright, good luck on your own. Make sure you have that divorce paperwork handed in by tomorrow. I want to hurry things up and get married as soon as possible to my new woman.
You're the worst. I'm not going to let you run away from this so easily.
How are things going with my house?
Excuse me, but who am I speaking to?
It's me? Me? There's no way you don't know who I am. So, can you tell me how my house is doing? Don't tell me that you've sold that place or anything like that, right?
Your house? What are you talking about now? And another thing, why are you talking to me after 12 years have gone by? You were the one that threw me away back then, and you left with another woman from your work to get married. So having a message come from a jerk of a man 12 years later is shocking to me.
I'm not your average man is all. Now, tell me how my house is?
When you say your house, are you talking about the one that we lived together back when we were married?
That's right, my house.
That isn't your house, lol. And when you talk about that house, I'm still living in it.
Huh? You're still living in my house? You're not supposed to be living in that house anymore! You get out of there right now!
Get out of my own house? What are you talking about? Even if you start to get pissed off with me and try to boss me around, I'm not going to be leaving this house.
You still living in that house without my permission is the same dang thing as you trespassing on my property.
Really? It looks like you might have hit your head on one too many things there, buddy. Do you need to go to the hospital or something? I knew you were pretty screwed in the head back when we were together, but I would have thought that after 12 years, that would have healed by now. Have you gotten to the point now where you can't even comprehend the words around you anymore or what you say?
What happened 12 years ago doesn't matter anymore. Back then, things were tough for me.
Things were not tough for you, but me, right? I mean, I was carrying our kid at the time, but you never seemed to care about it. It's been years now, so you'd think that asking how the kid is after so long, or some question similar to that would be normal, right? Well, it's not like you have to ask me that, because I won't tell you a thing about them.
Alright now, hurry up and get out of my house! If you don't leave that place soon, I'll have to come there and force you out. Do you want me to become violent with you?
Come on, calm down a bit there, lol. This is not your house.
All you're doing is living there uninvited now. I'm going to live there again starting today, so you get out.
Oh, even though I don't believe you can live here anymore?
Even after I moved out of there, you really thought it was okay to live there without me knowing? I guess I don't mind any of that, but today I'm moving back in with one of my lady friends, so get the hell out!
Even though this house is under my name?
What?
From the start of us living here, my name has been on this house. So what do you mean this is yours? What made you think that this house was ever yours, Marcus? Lol,
Your name is on that place? There's no way.
says the guy that left me for no good reason after us having a baby together and everything, and just vanishing for 12 years. And now after that long, you're back telling me a bunch of crap that doesn't make any sense. Are you sure you didn't hurt your head really badly?
You really want to keep saying I'm crazy? That's very rude of you.
I'm being honest. I'm not sure what it is with you that makes you think that you can boss me around, but this house is under my name.
Shut up. I already know the truth. I know that house is my house, and right now I need a house to live in. So I'm coming back to live in my house.
Even though it's been over a decade since you threw me away, you're still the same old Marcus. This house is under my name and it always has, so you don't have any rights when it comes to what I do with my house. If you do try to get into my house, I'll have the police here in minutes.
The police will only come to you if the house is owned by you.
But this is my house, and you're the only one too delusional to agree on that. This all happened a while back now, so I'm sure you totally forgot about all of it. But if that's the case that you cannot remember, maybe you're better off just leaving me alone and moving on. Because if you try to move back into this house, you'll only be doing yourself more harm than good.
I'm coming to get my house back whether you like it or not. Even though you think you can get away with stealing it from me.
At this point, you're so confused that I might have to call the old folks home and have them come pick you up, lol. I think it's best you don't come around here. You'll only make yourself regret things more if you do. I really have no clue why after 12 years, you think you can come back here. But it's been far too long for you to be talking to me again when you have that woman of yours, right? If that coworker's still around, then you both should try buying or renting a house for yourselves like proper people. Well, that's only you have the funds to do so, right?
Coworker? I don't remember anything about a coworker.
Oh?
The woman I'm with now is a lady friend I met 3 months ago, and I'm starting to think about marrying her now. And she wants us to have a house together, so I was planning on giving her that house as a present. I can't be asked to buy any other place right now, so I want you out of my old house.
Jesus, Marcus. Lol, you threw me out like that coworker meant the world to you or something, yet you can't even remember who they are now? I suppose it's because of your poor memory that you can't even remember whose house this is. But I'll remind you that this is my house, so stop trying to get me out of it. And if you come to my house, you'll only make things worse, so stay the hell away. I already told you, right? You'd regret coming here. But you still couldn't trust my words and barge into here, and now you have to pay for it. You had to meet my husband without being invited.
What the hell is going on? Tell me! Why the hell was a trap set up like that in the yard? I was just trying to get back to my house. What do you mean your husband?
It's not strange for me to have found another man and marry him, right? It's been 10 years now, and I've been married to my husband.
What? Why didn't you tell me anything about that?
Huh? Why should I have to tell my brain-dead ex-husband about my life? Lol. My daughter doesn't need to know about her screwed-up dad either. So that's why I made sure to never talk to you again, so that you never come back here.
I don't understand how you got married again, but what is up with this trap?
My husband is a bit of a protective man, and he works for a security company, so he decided to have some traps installed around the house to keep us safe. Lol.
Huh? He works for a security company?
Yeah, and we have a house with a young girl in it, so making sure that this house is secure from people like you is very important. And so, my husband made sure to put all kinds of traps. So of course someone that isn't supposed to be here would be caught in one of our traps. Lol.
Come get me out of here and let me go. This is my dang house after all.
You're being a dick. This is the house that I put my name down on and paid for all the loans. You never wanted to be the one to take up the responsibility of owning that house, so I had to make sure this place didn't go under. You're an adult, but mentally, you don't have the fortitude to be able to keep up with any payments, right? And you're what now? In your 40s, right? I think it's time you calm down and think for a second. Lol.
And to calm down, I wanted to get my house back. I planned on bringing my super young girlfriend here so that her and I could have a nest to make babies in. I was changing my life for the better this time.
You say that a lot, don't you? Yet every time you try to change your life around, you only fall even harder. Lol.
Shut up! Go ahead and tell me what kind of amazing life you have right now. I'm sure you're in the same spot as me going through all these problems.
I have been raising my daughter that you threw away 12 years ago all by myself, and now she is 12 years old.
Huh? Right. She is around that age now, huh?
And not just her anymore, but I have 2 more kids that I had with my husband, making it 3 now.
That many?
I raised 3 kids here with the help of my husband now, and still have a career outside of home. I think that I've been doing pretty dang well for myself after being thrown away by you, but...
Can you at least give me back that house?
This house is my family's house. But if you really want this house from me, why don't you come and buy it? Well, of course, that depends on your situation. But I'm sure by the way you've been acting, you don't have the money to. Lol.
Back when I left you for that other woman, I had gotten into some hairy business and lost a lot of my money. And since then, I've been having trouble finding any more work, and so my life has been really rough. But finally, after so long, I finally got a job as a full-time employee again and could start bringing in more dough. And along with that, I've got myself a really young chick. So you should be okay with giving me that house. Actually, before we get to that, come and let me out of this trap!
I don't give a crap about all you just told me. Lol. I don't care about what kind of troubles you've been through or what jobs you have right now, nor about any girl you're with. You have no right to that house I own, so stop trying to get it from me. Also, if you wouldn't have come, none of that would have happened to you. But now that we have you, I'm going to call the police and ask them what to do with you.
Huh? What? The police?
Of course.
But I'm not doing well right now. I'm the one who's had a rough life ever since we got divorced, and so I'll have you sued for this.
If you really want to do that, you're more than welcome to. But I don't think you'll be able to find yourself a lawyer that'll help you, and any case you make that's brought to court will be dropped immediately.
Why do you say that? Do you not care about the harm you put me through?
That trap is only there to stop those that trespass.
What?
You're the one that broke through my fence and onto my property, right? So even if you're upset that you hurt yourself doing that, nobody's going to care about you. Lol. I'll tell you right now, you screwed around and found out today.
Are you kidding me? You're messed up in the head for making me go through this. Are you seriously that mad still about what happened 12 years ago?
Well, immediately after what had happened, I was... But right now, I have 3 amazing kids with a loving husband, so I'm only happy. Because of you, I was able to leave you behind and found that means to be a happy life. So thank you, lol.
What the hell? My life has been nothing but uphill battles.
And that's all due to you being a selfish prick, right? Lol. Now goodbye, you piece of garbage X. I hope that you try better after you get out that trap to fix your life. I think the police will be here soon for you. Make sure to explain to them what happened so that they can help you to get your head checked out. Lol. In the end, Marcus was taken into custody for trespassing and would be taken away in one of those police cars. And after all his hard work of getting that new job, the word of his arrest found its way there and he was fired by his manager. And that young girlfriend of his was disgusted by his actions and told him that they were through, which altogether ruined his mental health. He finally went back to his parents' house after almost 15 years and told them what had happened. And out of the kindness of their hearts, they got him a job at a really awful factory. And as of right now, He works from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day so that he can make as much money back to pay off all his debts, as well as pay his parents for allowing him back. I really don't understand why he went this far for something that was never even true, but I hope the consequences of his actions teach him that he got what was coming for him.
Trisha, is it true that Dad's not doing very well right now? I got a call about it already from the hospital, but have you gone to the hospital yet yourself to be with him?
Huh? What does the high school dropout want with me now?
Why are you even talking about me being a high school dropout right now? Answer me! Is Dad doing okay right now or not? I want to know if I need to take the rest of the day off to come see you guys now or not.
You have never contacted me like this before. So it must mean you only care about how Dad's doing instead of how I'm doing. You really are a waste. But this is what to expect from those too stupid to graduate from high school?
Stop talking about that right now. I want to talk to you about Dad because I'm worried about his condition. I would like to come to the hospital to see him, but would it be okay for me to be there right now, or should I wait until later today?
What do you plan to do by coming? If you're trying to get him to give you something in his will, know that you're never getting a penny.
Huh? You think this is about his money? I don't need his money. If anything, I'd feel bad getting anything from him right now due to his financial state.
You're only talking to me now because our CEO Dad is on his deathbed and his money and properties are all that interest you, right? And I'm sure you just want to see how much you'll be getting.
I told you that I have no intentions of asking him about any of his money. This isn't about what's in his will, but about wanting to know how Dad's doing. If this is going to be it for him, I'd really like to be there to comfort him and show that I love him.
Well, if this is going to be it for him, his death will have nothing to do with you. You're just a high school dropout and a failure. I'm sure even he doesn't want you around because he knows what you're really after.
Are you even listening to me right now?
There's nothing a waste of space like you is getting from Dad. I'll be handling everything for Dad after he's passed, so you don't have to bother us. Just stay away and I'll let you know when he's gone.
Then you must mean this is his last time with us. I have the right to be there with him to say goodbye and that I love him. Tell me what hospital he's at and I'll start leaving now.
I know you just want to come and ask for all his things. So you can just wait till after he's dead and hear about it from his lawyer, okay?
What? Why do you keep talking like that?
I'm worried that with how weak he is right now, you'll come in here and force him to change his will, giving you everything. Now, until I message you, you're not allowed to come to the hospital.
You're being a jerk, Trisha. I don't want anything to do with his money or with his will. Can you please listen to what I'm saying to you?
You came just as he died, didn't you? You almost did it to me there, Annalise.
I wasn't going to do anything wrong, Trisha. I was talking to everyone at the hospital and they told me you never came to see him. And they said that he was alone this whole time with nobody but the nurses and doctors around him. Why the hell would you do that to him?
I was busy myself, so I couldn't make it in. I have been trying to plan out how to use all of Dad's money, so I've been busy with all of that.
What? How to use up all of Dad's money? What the hell, Trisha? You have to be joking right now, right?
I'm not joking at all, actually. I'm aware now that you don't want anything from his will, right? And Dad had a massive company under him that was making bank. So, I plan to take over the company and make bank myself. And I'm not giving you a single thing. I've been waiting a long time for this, and I'm oh so happy now.
Ugh, what are you talking about? Seriously, Trisha? Do you think you can calm down just a little?
I heard that you plan on coming to his funeral later, but it's too late now for you to do anything about me. Our mom and dad divorced a long time ago, And I plan to make sure that her and your uneducated butt vanish from my sight. Forever. So don't get in my way anymore.
Trisha, do you have any desire to listen to me anymore?
Right. I'd also like you to stop thinking of me as your sister from now on. Once I have everything from Dad, I'm going to be cutting ties with you.
Are you kidding? Is there really a good reason for doing that?
I know that you and Mom will be trying to get my money from me, so I need to get rid of you both now so that I don't end up having to deal with that annoying crap. It's not like us never talking again will change much of anything anyway. But anyway, just know that coming to Dad's funeral won't change a thing for you.
But I'm still going. That'll be my final chance to show Dad just how much I loved him. And Trisha, you really need to get your head straight and listen to what I'm telling you. If you don't, you are going to regret a lot of things afterwards. I've had enough. Are you not freaking embarrassed after doing that?
What about you? Aren't you pretty dang embarrassed now?
I get that you always enjoy talking bad about me, but throwing a bucket of water onto my head and then asking me to leave is going too freaking far. That right there was the most idiotic thing I have ever seen you do.
How so? I just did what I needed to do. I am going to be receiving Dad's company, and you're not meant to be around here.
You're getting his company? You don't have the knowledge nor skills to be taking a company under your own management.
Huh? I'm not going to take that from a brainless high school dropout.
Well, you haven't worked a full-time job in your life for more than a week, so what would you know? Trisha, do you really think you could handle a job like that?
I'm really not the kind of person you should be trying to talk bad about. Anyway, what I've been trying to say is that you're getting nothing from Dad, you uneducated waste. So go away! And I shouldn't have to say this, but make sure you don't take anything from his will.
I knew that you only cared about his money and company. You always said that I was the one going after his stuff just to take the spotlight off yourself. I wish you would have never done all of this.
Can you get lost and never come back to Dad's funeral for me? I will be getting all of Dad's properties and money, so tell the lawyer that you can't accept any of it.
Then I will do just that.
Thank God.
I'll do just as you've said and leave everything to you. But you'd better not cry to me later, okay? I really think you should rethink all of this before I tell the lawyer. Because after this, I'll become just like you and never listen to a thing you say.
Is that so? Thanks for the warning, but I'm okay. You're annoying me now, so please go away. And that means for the rest of our lives.
For the rest of our lives? Okay. But it'll be you regretting the fact that you never listened to me.
Hey, Annalise? Something strange has started happening here.
What strange things are you talking about? And hold up, didn't we say we'd never talk to one another again?
The money from Dad has still not come to me yet.
Huh? His money?
That's strange, right? It's been close to a week now since he passed away, so I should have the money by now, right? What is that stupid lawyer doing right now? Though Will said there should be a lot of money coming to me, and I've been told a lot of crap about his company as well now. It's becoming a real pain in my butt having to deal with all of this. Why do I have to do all this stuff for the company?
Did you happen to read everything in those documents from Dad?
Huh? Why are you asking me a question like that?
Well, if you happened to read through everything in Dad's will and all the other documents, you might understand your situation a whole lot better. You get that, right? Dad's company was in a terrible financial situation and he ended up never being able to pay off the loans that the company took out.
What?
What? So the money that he had left in that will was all used to pay off his final debts.
What are you talking about? He failed to pay off some loans? Huh?
If you just took a look at those documents, you'd know. Well, I'm sure the vocabulary is a bit too high level for you, but You have always been bad with economics and financing.
Hold on a minute. This is a joke, right? There were financial liabilities within Dad's company, and they were costing how much? Hundreds of thousands. I have no idea what this is all saying. There's no way his company had this bad of a financial problem. I never asked how to take on all his debts now. You take all these debts of his right now. I just wanted his money.
Excuse me? You can't force me to take all of his debts now, Trisha. I told you that I explained to the lawyer that I would not be taking anything from Dad, so this has nothing to do with me.
Huh? So you're saying that the lawyer got you a free pass?
Well, of course. You said that you'd be taking everything from Dad, so I made that clear to his lawyer. And because of that, even Dad's debt has been moved into your hands.
What? Then what am I going to do? Are you really not going to take all of this debt off my hands?
Do I have a reason to?
You can't just leave me alone to pay it all off.
All the money he had has gone into those debts, and so the only thing left was the remainder, which is now in your name. But it's not like you couldn't have noticed that before he passed, right? However, you never bothered to read anything of his, and now you're the one that'll have to carry that debt.
Well, I never had time to look things over. If I would have, then I would never have taken any of this from him.
The lawyer told me that he had sat down with you, though, and explained that before.
Well, I'm going to do the same thing as you now and tell him I don't want anything. That'll get his debt off my hands, right? That sounds like a good idea to me, but what do you think? How should I go about telling the lawyer I don't want the debt?
It's a bit late now.
Huh? Why is it late now?
Why? Because you signed the document saying you'd take what was left by Dad. And so you can't go back on those documents now because it's all legally been transferred to you. I mean, you're the CEO of that company now, right?
That's correct, but I can't handle all this debt.
Well, I don't care whether you can handle it or not. I think you should be able to handle this on your own from now on and figure something out. It's your company after all now.
What should I be doing, though?
You're pissing me off. Why are you asking me all these questions now? You already cut ties with me, right? So why are you back with all of your problems asking for my insight?
Well, I didn't expect this to happen. Why do I have to be the one to take all of Dad's debt? I just wanted his money and nothing else.
Really? Do you know what you're even saying? Because I don't. You were the one that signed to have all of Dad's things go to you. And that just happened to include his debt as well.
Well, I didn't want to get his debt. I was only after his money this whole time. Why do I have to end up with less money than before now? This isn't an inheritance from him. This is just straight up debt. Don't tell me that you already knew about all of this and that's why you said you'd not take anything.
Well, I might have.
What? So you did know about all of this and still didn't warn me?
I was about to tell you about all of this, but you never chose to listen to me, so I didn't want to waste any more of my own time. Trisha, you have never listened to me when I warned you about things in the past, right?
What is with that tone?
I can use whatever tone I want with you now that you're a complete stranger to me. And you also poured water all over my head and kicked me out of my dad's funeral. And that was my last chance to say goodbye to the dad that I loved. Did you even see how shocked Mom was when you did that?
I don't care about her. That stupid old hag has nothing to do with me.
Well, say whatever you'd like about us. I'm sure you just happened to get that idea of Mom from Dad anyway. I have nothing else to say now. But know that I will never forgive you for what happened today. So even if you're in trouble now, there's nothing I'm willing to do for you.
But the fact that the only thing I got from Dad was his debt. If you would have told me that one thing, I would have been able to avoid all of this. Why couldn't you have done that one thing for me? Help me, you dog!
Help you? Why do you want my help, Trisha? You were the one that took over Dad's company, and so it's up to you now on how you want to handle all of that. I feel so bad for Dad. You were never even around for him when he was dying on the cold hospital bed.
I told you I was busy.
All you did from the time between leaving our house and today was go to a very expensive school using all of Dad's money, and then after that worked a crappy job at a grocery store, not even using your degree for anything, and even then used more of Dad's money to go out and play because you never worked long enough to make anything. Do you really think Dad ever wanted to give you anything in his will when you already used enough of his money? Well, I guess he did give you something at least, and that's all the debt that resides within his company now that you're the new CEO. Sucks to be you, Trisha.
I'm not going to let a high school dropout get away with saying that to me.
You really can't think of any other reasons to pick on me? Crazy, considering that after the divorce, I went with Mom to France and studied at an international school there. And Mom was there working as a manager for her own business, which she's been doing great at. And she's even said that I can have her business when she's passed away.
Huh? She has a company and you've been around her during that.
She's been doing a lot better with her company than Dad was. You had always talked bad about me for not graduating from high school and always called Mom stupid, but look at us compared to yourself. You're the only one facing hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. Thank you so much for calling me brainless while spilling all that water over me. I never want to see or hear from you again, okay? You childish idiot of an adult. After that, Annalise went on her way, making sure to have nothing to do with Trisha ever again. And Trisha was left dealing with all her dad's debt while facing a terrifying reality. Trisha tried to run to her mom and Annalise asking for help while bawling her eyes out, but the amount of money she needed to pay was way too substantial. And so her mom could do nothing for her. And so, in the end, she lost the company as it went into bankruptcy and had to start a new life being homeless. But even with the bank taking the company away from her, as well as her house and car, it wasn't enough to cover all the debt. And so even now she's left having to find a way of paying that off. Of course, there's nothing left for the bank to take from her since she's pretty much only got the clothes on her back. So she'll just have to pay the remainder off anytime she makes any sort of money. Trisha really tried her hardest to mess around and keep Annalise away from her dad's money. But in reality, there was never any money to her dad's name. And now she'll be regretting her actions for the rest of her life. This is really a great case of getting what one is asked for, and what she got was a life of debt and sadness.